Welcome back once again, homies, to some more Valorant action. I am Ravishing Man of the internet. Joined here by myself for the first time by the homie Jake. What's up with you, homie?
I'm feeling good. I mean, you're very excited over there. I'm very excited as well. We got two fantastic maps of Valorant to spectate over today. We are going to be starting with NC Virtual versus NC Cyber. And, I mean, we don't know too much about these players, these teams, but I can only imagine these are going to be some fantastic games here tonight.
Indeed they are, my friend. We're gonna have a good old time watching a game that we all love to watch and despise to play, Valorant, right games. Aside from that, though, like you're saying, these leagues will be going on throughout the rest of these weeks as well, so make sure to keep coming back to keep keeping up. We got a lot of games going on as well, and we'll be taking a look at two BO1s today for our day here. So with that, we'll be looking to cover as many regions as possible so that you're joining us. We're about ready to get into the game as well. So let's go ahead, hop into that and see what's going on. As you just mentioned, these two teams are ready to go on in on to Ascent.
Yeah, so Ascent, obviously, I feel like when we watch VCT, we watch Challengers, we see a lot of the same comps here on this map. So I'm interested to see what these two teams have for us today. On one side, you know, we got a little bit of fade action, so that should be interesting. You know, a lot of the times you see maybe a player like Sova fill that slot that fade would maybe fill on that side. But for NC Cyber, it looks like they are very confident in what they want to play with. NC Virtual are taking a little bit more time to decide.
Yeah, I mean, it's Ascent though, right? So how different can you really get? Because look, on the side of NC Virtual, that's all Classica. That's what we know, that's what we love. On the other end, a small change-up with Cyber bringing out the fade and going for a double initiator this time instead of what is the classic of you know, instead of Sova on the other end. So hey, you know what? I don't mind this. I remember when fade was the go-to until the dogs got nerfed. We'll see how the comp actually does fit in though. I imagine since they're on the attack, will be pretty aggressive for NC Cyber.
Yeah, and I don't hate the fade pick at all. Those eyes are still very much so usable on that side.
All right, going back to you guys.
Pre-nerf, but I'm interested to see, you know, there's going to be some very creative eyes, I would assume. Maybe the default, you know, kind of over the top of the map. It can really see a lot. That fade'll still very good as well. So, like we said, I'm interested to see what exactly they're going to want to do here. But, you know, Ascent, similar comps, it's going to be, you know, kind of a battle here.
Exactly that. It's I would be looking forward to seeing like the main executes that we'll see coming out on the attacking side firsthand, especially with the fade coming in, right? In terms of how they're looking to put themselves off, whether they go back to the classic of, you know, 3-2, 4-1s, or whether we'll actually see somebody go mid firsthand. I don't think it'll happen, but I can naturally just hope for the best as we hide up in to round number one.
Defensive end, that is going to be the team with that fade. That's going to be JJ0. So interested to see, you know, we kind of got the default layout here. We got KJ locking down B along with that Sova. On the other side, it looks like NC Cyber going to be maybe attacking for that A site. They're kind of going back and forth. You got KO lingering over at B main just to maybe throw something over there. But for now, it's going to be a fight on this A site for pistol round.
This is a pretty classic pistol, right? They're all going to stack up as 5, probably KO knife over the top to get any early info on who's on site. And then they'll stagger the time to be able to walk in. Yeah, pass the flash, should be looking to walk in. Rotation's already in onto A as well. They made their way onto the site. One on the bottom, already gone. Another up top, but they'll give it the space to get the plant down.
The perfectly executed plant. You take down that jet. All of NC Virtual are going to be taking that top side. Obviously, you have Omen in that tree area, but just looking for the execute now.
Smoke goes up though. Door's not broken just yet, but JJ looking to watch that. Gets spotted in the corner. Paranoia hits. Tragic doesn't get peeked out though, but does get seen. Fortunately, that's one more down. As you look at a 4v4, 2 down in hell. They know this now because the knife 1 drops in. They'll be looking to how we trade those up. The 1-for-1 by the end of it. 3 left alive. Ruby fan staying alive through all of this, but run out of bullets. But somehow takes 4 at the ace. Just staying below and decimate. What?
I mean, Ruby Phantom finds the ace to start things out. That's exactly the way you want to start things on the attacking side. I mean, they had a perfect execute. They lose some lives there on the retake, but Ruby Phantom staying alive, finding all the kills on that A site, just doing a great job of not only fighting off these enemies, but staying alive to make sure that even if they did fall, that time was not going to be in NC Virtual's favor. So absolutely fantastic round to start things out for NC Cyber.
I'm just surprised they didn't get cleared, or why they just chose to drop down as one instead of two. Probably could have been an easier trade of sorts, but hey, it's all good. Run back of the A push as they're on their ante. Saturn waiting on the outside. Ruby's looking good with that ghost and already one off rip.
And Saturn is able to pick up the one. That Molly is good extent. Able to find one through that top side. Looks like they're going to fight for tree now. Jet finds a couple, and you know, everything's looking good for NC Cyber, but they do lose a couple.
Yeah, which isn't great right on your bonus. You don't want to lose that many ideally, because you want to fight up against the next. Right, for what Virtual's going to bring out. That's one more, and they managed to save 3 Spectres at least by the end of it. So shouldn't be too bad. Let's see if they look to run back the A push here a third time.
And on that defensive side, you do not want to lose too many on this offensive end. So to lose the pistol is kind of a tough hit to start things out. Obviously, you know, you get the opportunity to maybe rattle off a couple now that you have guns into your favor. But you see KJ lining up on that B site. And, you know, for NC Virtual, I think that KJ is going to be really tough to get past for now. But it looks like this is going to be the avenue they're fighting for on this attacking, on this bonus. Let's see if they can find a third here.
Put it back in, they change it to B. The start should be able to catch a decent amount of them if it does manage to land. Ping goes off. None caught, they all hit, but they know where the boob is. Waiting for anybody to push him to the corner. As they've gotten some shallow control. The door also closed here too. They play for a retake, but instead, it's 2 down for the early peak. Nothing taken and the flank shut down.
Yeah, I mean, that Sova's kind of left all alone there on that B site and kind of just gets overwhelmed by NC Cyber. So now you're forced to retake 3v4 with the guns in your hand. And you need to find a couple here, or else this game's going to get out of hand quickly.
They know where both of them are too, which is the issue. They look to split themselves apart, and there we go. One caught in the smoke, flash on landing, no retake utility for them to be able to try to fight up against this. And it's just guns blazing so far. But 2 taken, this is good. They know where both of them are. They're going to stop them where they can with the C's. And JJ, takes them easily.
Yeah, NC Cyber look like a well-oiled machine right now. Their executes are absolutely fantastic. They're always finding one on the entry. You see NC Virtual, they're trying to play those heavy retakes for now, but in a situation like that where Sova gets left alone on site, you kind of need them to maybe get one. Obviously, you can't blame them because, I mean, they're getting attacked by 5 NC Cyber players, but, you know, with the retake strategy, it's just kind of not going their way right now. Some of those gunfights, like I said, the NC Virtual executes are just too good for now.
Yeah, you're saying clean, easy, well done. As they go back to a similar stack to what they've done on both pistol and bonuses. Now with guns in their hand, let's see what they managed to get done. Spot 1, not taking out Ice Bear, still in the corner. To make the entry past the dog, and player on site, clear it out, no one by dice, and now the full retake here once again.
It seems like a tale as old as time. We've seen NC Cyber attack this A side a couple times, and Jet kind of gets left out to dry behind those triple boxes. May need to make some sort of an adjustment here because you can't let one get lost every single time on the execute. But let's see how the trades go. NC Cyber still looking good.
Yeah, through the door, they're gonna fight things out. A 4-0 start. It was a very split call on the retake, what I find, where you know, they got info up top from heaven, but they chose not to necessarily push from there either. And then on the other end through door, they fought things out, but with no flashes here to try to even push them backwards. Like, they're just kind of dry swinging a lot of these angles and just unfortunately getting caught. So a tough situation to be in. Now caught in the ping pong guns here once more.
It seems like NC Virtual is trying to take a very strong anti-strat approach here on this defense. You got 5 stacked on the A, and they're picking right. NC Cyber is coming this direction. Let's see how these gunfights play out, because this should be an interesting round.
Face your fear!
Full. Okay, oh, to get them. The Nightmare catching 2 with 4. Oh, wait, yeah. Wait, might have been all 5. They just keep them there knowing they're all there, so they decide, yo, let's skedaddle. There's no need to be here. Easy.
They were thinking about the full rotate. I mean, every single player on NC Virtual might have got hit by that, so they have no audio cue on whether or not they're leaving, whether or not they're throwing any sort of utility toward that A site anymore. But NC Cyber uses this opportunity to take this mid control, and now NC Virtual, they have not moved yet. They're waiting for them to. If they want to go B, they can go B, but you see they're flying back to A. The fight's going to happen once more.
Fake is not working here at all. The run back as well too. They're gonna look to fight into 5, and I think they see that at once more. Like, yo, guys, they're still all here. And now finally, the full rotate over. B is wide open. No one from Virtual has decided to move, so they leave themselves with a free site once again.
Another full retake scenario for NC Virtual. You see them all flying toward that defender spawn side. Now we're gonna be flooding toward that one alleyway. They're gonna have to find some flashes through this and find a couple, because there is a lot of ground to cover here.
Yeah, this is tough, right? Where they look at this retake with full util at least, but not a tot. Ooh, I was gonna say no ultimates to be had. Good flash, take 2. Trades are nice. Saturn finally managed to get 1. That's by doing work. They land themselves in a 1v1. An unfortunate whiff. Thought Ruby had that. Allow themselves for Virtual to get the first round.
Yeah, and the omens from both sides popping off. We had Ruby Phantom in the round 1 popping that ace, and then now on the other side, NC Virtual's omen finds a 4K to get the first round on the board. That's going to be Saturn. And yeah, fantastic shots out of Saturn right there. Kind of, you know, shows that the full retake strategy pays off. You wonder if maybe they want to go back to that one, but it looks like they're going back to All Reliable. We got that Jet over on the A side, the KJ over on the B side, but they're still leaning toward that A side of the map. You know, I feel like that's kind of a one-off strategy. You do it once, and you're not sure if that's going to pan out again, but hey, you got your first round on the board, so it was worth it.
Not bad at all, and hopefully they can convert that to a second, right? Retake working out with some heroic plays, and let's see if they can run it back. Ultimate's online as well right now for Cyber. I'm not even gonna need it. They're able to just try walk into the site. We're in a flash spray down, though. Tragic for Ruby. But you can see, look, all 4 of them are right outside, ready for retake.
Yeah, I think the KO flash is going to be coming over sooner than later. That Sova Dart probably in hand as well. You have a lot of utility to use here for NC Virtual. See if it pans out one more time. They think there might be one main, but Jet going in, getting the first blood. Now it's a 3v4.
And as well towards the back of the side, that can just easily spray them down here too. They're not checking the corners. A flash with a setup from Extense. Making sure JJO stays alive. This time, they'll defend the site.
Don't panic.
Yeah, they kind of took what they saw from the last retake and applied it here on that offensive end. So they kind of knew what strategy they were going to work with. You see some solid kills from the side of NC Cyber, some solid work from them. Extents already with 10. They got the KO ultimate on, ready to go. You gotta wonder, I mean, that is a huge piece of utility, especially on Ascent. So let's see if they use it here, if they want to save it for another round. They are toward that B side, so you could shut down all that KJ utility just in a blink of an eye.
But that's more early towards market, so it's clearly signaling that they want to go towards B here, but early spray lands while taking down their Jet. And they just gotten so much util out of NC Virtual to stop the fast push. And with this, yeah, this would easily signal like, let's just rotate, guys. There's no need. We got so much out of them.
Here.
Yet not a single soul on A. Nobody anchors the site, so you have kind of the opportunity to go that direction and maybe beat the rush there. But you're gonna have to fight through mid. You see them doing it. Extents does pick up one on the other side, and that might swing things a little bit. You see the mini map. They all wrap back toward B for the moment, and that gives NC Cyber the mid control they wanted.
Sees lands the Iceberg still in the corner. That's one good trade. The second also there, no one to trade. The rest of them are just walking into the Blade Storm. Yeah, That's unfortunate, but hey, another round for Virtual. Well done.
I mean, some fantastic shots out of Ice Bear, picking up 3 kills with the Blade Storm in a flash, and that really turns the tides of that round. I mean, if Ice Bear doesn't find any, that might be a completely different round, but some nice shots secures the second round on the board, and that could potentially be kind of the momentum shift that they needed. They're kind of getting their sea legs now on this ascent. They have the KJ ultimate for any sort of retake that they need, and they might start to rattle off a couple more rounds here, but NC Cyber still looking as dangerous as ever.
Shadows traveling. Finally slow themselves down. The smoke through tree clearly indicated. No one checks the corner, but at least the trade is good. The one more up top, they allowed themselves to get out. Bear in mind, no command available from Cyber side, but so is the lockdown. They can just play it off of that, and there it is.
They pop the KJ utility of their own. The ultimate's all over the place. You still have KO ult, the Omen ult up as well. Not sure how you could utilize that, but it looks like some of NC Cyber, they're just going to take those detains.
Yeah, it'll lead them to, because their own Killjoy ultimate will, in fact, allow them to stay alive. 2 there. JJL spots 2. Come to tree. Is allowed to the most of it. They're going to dry swing into them. But we'll trade it out eventually. As time continues to tick down, it is 2v4. They need to swing. They need to stop this. Don't stop this. The molly doesn't land, and they should be able to get it with a second left.
And you can see that KO outline. He had the molly in hand, so ready to throw it, but they find that kill on him. A main as at just the perfect time. If he gets that molly off, that is a round win for NC Cyber, no doubt about it, because there was not enough time on the clock for them to find that defuse. But you know, you find the kill at the perfect time, you get the round win. So like we said, NC Virtual starting to rattle off a couple. They get 2 straight. It looks like NC Cyber's economy is a little bit in dire need right now. If NC Virtual is able to get 1 more here, they might be able to put NC Cyber's economy in a very dangerous position. And this is where NC Cyber, they need to really lock in. This is when you need to find a round right here.
See, now that changes. Ooh, that could have gone either way, but Ice Bear's still good. 1.
Here.
That's the most impressive part of this. He keeps doing it. Forcing Kin to go down below. Knives still not out here with 2 up top, allowing them to get the plants. We've seen the Virtual more than comfortable with these retakes. As they should be coming in now. Couple seconds left to go though here, Jake.
Yeah, NC Cyber still hasn't been able to use that KO ultimate to their advantage. 2v3 scenario now. They have the A main control that they want, but they're going to have to spam through the smoke. They do have a molly to their name. I'm not sure if they have KJ mollies as well, but the molly goes out.
No.
KJ is able to find 1. The spam is good. The flash is out.
1. The second. It's so good. He's missing. No, he had to reload. Let's switch to your pistol. No, man. Oh. Damn, tragic.
Tragic indeed. That's one of those rounds that you want back. It's so close to going your way on the offensive side, but NC Virtual, they've really made this a game. It was looking tough for them when it was 5-1 into the favor of NC Cyber, but NC Virtual, in a blink of an eye, they've turned this into, you know, a potentially solid defensive side on Ascent. They've kind of shut down KJ very well. The fade not necessarily working exactly the way that NC Cyber wants right now, but for defense, they're looking great.
Yeah. The Hans have been a little bit remiss. I'd like the use of the season so far, just try to walk and get these trades, but so far, you know, dogs to clear out the close, and I find it might work a bit better on B as they're finally playing 4-1, no more stacks this time. But from the side of NC Virtual though, they're more than allowed to just play things back, allow themselves to retake each time. More spread out this time than the usual. F goes in, no one spotted. Dog as well. Info. 1 gained.
Finds Jet in the tree area. Let's see if that is what they opt to attack. It looks like it will. Ruby Phantom be running through that tree area. KO is able to catch one, so this is a good defense for NC Virtual so far.
They managed to plant this on the site, but it's trades galore. They've just walked in somewhat split, and with no one being down, they were already ready for the rest of them to walk in. And sprays that have worked out against the rest of them too. They have the influence to where they are. And SC Cyber just get picked off one by one.
NC Virtual, I mean, this looks like a different team than the team we saw in the first few rounds of the game. Their protocols are very solid. You can see what they kind of want to do on this defensive end. They were heavily leaning toward that tree to shut down the push. They had a feeling it would maybe come from that direction, but as bomb falls in that A main area, it's just so tough to pick up at that point, because you see those players they have full sight over it. You need somebody from NC Cyber to maybe go pick it up, but it's just such a tough task that once you drop bomb there, it's really just a falling round.
The Russian wants more the molly to stop them. That's been good for that each time. And force.com on the back of the move to come through. That's two taken by extents. We've been talking about the KO the entire time. It's a great job from the rest, but it's not enough. The trades galore continue to come through. They're stopping them one by one, but they're walking and playing so aggressive. Flash is late. Saturn takes it. Virtual. 4 rounds in a row.
In the half.
5, sorry.
Yeah, make it 5. I mean, that KO flash just half of a second too early on the swing. I mean, that is just the perfect timing flash, except, you know, if you swing a little bit too early, Omen has that just moment of time to be able to maybe line up that shot, and they do it to perfection. Finds Virtual another round, and that 1v1 could be one that we look at in the future of this game and say that could have been the difference maker right there. NC Virtual rattle off 5 straight. They have all the momentum they need.
Oh yeah, this is a cool way for themselves with a 6. Looking ideally even it up. Odin gone. That is a rush to get onto the site. The gamble not working. And finally, after so long, NC Cyber, their rush strat works. They managed to get into the site, but remember, they've been more than down to just fight things out as they come in. The health bars are low. They're gonna have to stay safe here, and they want to make this an even half.
Headshot.
5. That's easy. Good trade. With 3 left up against 4. The rest of them would look to just hold angles for the rest of the round. There's one in the corner. They're waiting for Iceberg to walk in. JJ will be ready. So the swing is good. Still traded by the end by Saturn. And 2 at the back of the site with the Yoden. Oh, won't even need to get involved.
I was looking a little bit dangerous for NC Cyber at the end there. You see their health bars at the top. They were all at low health, like underneath 50 HP toward the end of that round there. But hey, I mean, they tie up the half. I mean, obviously not the end of the half you wanted if you were NC Cyber. They come in swinging. They rattle off 4 straight. It was a 4-0 game, a 5-1 game as well toward the middle of that half. And I mean, 6-6, if you're NC Cyber, you're okay with it. Obviously 6 is probably near what you want on attack side for Ascent, but after the start of that game, I think you want at least 7 or 8. Let's see if they can really show what they're made of here on the defensive side and kind of show NC Virtual what they are made of, because I'm not sure the end of that half was exactly the NC Cyber we were seeing in the beginning.
Where are you?
That's weird. Yeah, they went back to the splits, the hole that they had previously. The pistol going so far in Cyber's direction, but still 3 alive. Wait for them to walk in. Good swing. Now for Virtual in the defense. Gets a positive start to the pistol. I remember it was previously at the beginning where they managed to get 4 in a row. 5, I should say. But one being up, Saturn. I started to pop out previously. Could do it again. He's up against two. Sees one, not enough.
Yeah, the 1v3 is kind of a difficult task, no doubt about it, for that player in A main, especially when the bomb is down in that tree side area. You see that that one player just lingering there, making sure that he's unable to sneak out of that A main. But good start for NC Cyber on this defensive end. You see KO extends 19-10 through these first 13 rounds of the game. That's exactly what you want out of your initiator. When a player can, throw your KO flashes, get those KO darts where they need to be, and get 19 kills through this part of the game, I mean, you got to be feeling good if you're NC Cyber.
But it's a lot gonna walk in. One, take it easy. They're just according to the crosshairs of the rest of the team here, Jake. This is just getting a right click left. With two down, though. Yeah, they're getting up by 3. Same result as last time. Cyber, 3 alive, 2 in a row. It looked good before. Let's see if we do it again. I don't know.
NC Cyber, I mean, the starts of their halves have been absolutely electric. It seems like, they're making very decisive calls on these, pistol and bonus rounds, or, anti-ecos. But it's going to be interesting to see how they can kind of keep that up, because like we saw, they start off the half good in the offensive end, and then on the defensive side, it wasn't necessarily the same showing. So let's see what they do here. If they win the bonus again, this might be game over for NC Virtual, but it's hard to call at this point.
Yeah, it's definitely tough, like you're saying, right, where they have 9, and it's not like we haven't seen a comeback before, where in fact we saw 6 in a row, right, coming out for Virtual. So it's highly possible to see it again. JJO around for the flank, catches 2 mid, and now they have to pretty much commit to A. They find the info. Yes, they do. They see one in the corner, but they have not seen where Kin is. No flashes on their side this time, but they walk through the crosser. Saturn, Wheezy, one. Paranoia lands, and they're hoping to find the overaggression and punish that from Cyber, but look at this. They learned a lesson. A lot of footsteps as they finally rotate off.
Yeah, and Fade at that top mid of the map is shutting down NC Virtual from exiting right now. You see Jet and Omen trying to make their way out, but Fade is purely onto it. Fade has the idea that they are trying to make this rotate. NC Cyber gonna have all that information in the world. Jet has already pushed out A main. Oh, yeah. NC Virtual is in the middle of the map, but I'm not sure that they're in the upper hand right now.
They are gonna go through mid to get through pizza to find KG around there. Balloon's ready. I just waiting to walk in. Now comes in. Oh, tries to take the fight to catch them off guard, but one their direction. Unfortunately, but they're out of time. They need to get all of them. They're not gonna be able to do so. Took too long for the rotates. And bonus now in their hands as well. Cyber looking a lot more comfortable.
Yeah, Joe with the updraft, putting a little bit of style on that last kill. Another bonus win for NC Cyber, and NC Virtual, I mean, they are back exactly where they were in the inception of this game. They lose the first 3, and at this point, you just got to try to not make it the first 4. Obviously, the guns aren't necessarily what you want. You see NC Virtual, they got the Guardians, they got a Marshal and a Spectre to their name, so this is still going to be a tough task, but at this point in the game, I don't blame them. You got to make something happen, and I mean, it's an uphill battle from here, but maybe you can kind of adapt to what NC Cyber is showing you so far, because they got Jet and KO at A. So they have kind of picked the right direction. They're just taking their time. Maybe they throw in and execute in a moment here, but it looks like they're going toward A.
Up 9. Next 2 rounds would be crucial for Virtual if they are stabilized. Split defense once again on Cyber, heading towards that B site with leaving the KJ to anchor. No direction taken though, but mid is open. They can look to peek this if they see anyone of them. Yeah, they saw the rotate here. Now they know with the rest of them coming in, Extends has an opportunity to get so many. He finds his time, he's waiting for everyone to peek through. but unfortunately they're ready for it. Big start. There'll be 2 left alive. Get that one.
And NC Virtual looks like they kind of pulled the rabbit out of the hat here in this situation. Like you said, these were crucial rounds for Virtual to win, to see if they can maybe stabilize for the rest of this game. And they've now put Jet in a 4v1 situation. Bomb down. I mean, this is an almost unwinnable round at this point, and you get the Vandals that you kind of wanted. The eco is going to be good for you if you're able to close this round out in a solid fashion. Jet does spot 1, but with that being said, I think at this point, if you're Jet, you might just want to keep that Vandal.
Yeah, I mean, they have so much money, so saving here wouldn't necessarily benefit them, but like you're saying, it would just be a lot smarter to do so. 1 with 8 left on. Sees 1. 2 towards the back of the site. Damage done. The second shot taken. That's 4. Kid could take it. The ace is insane in a 1v3. And the defuse with just enough time.
Okay. Okay, so maybe saving is definitely not the correct thing to do in that sort of situation when you're playing like that. I mean, popping the ace when it matters most. You see the timeout comes in from, I would have to assume that's coming in from NC Virtual. That is just an unreal solo play out of Jet when it matters most. I mean, that just shuts down everything that NC Virtual had going for them. Obviously, they lose 3 to start out the half as well. So, I mean, to just put the cherry on top of the Jet ace with the bomb down, I mean, that is a tough pill to swallow.
Yeah, a hero play that ends with them now Virtual. They've got 2 choices to make. Is that 1, you know, they could look to force up here, and maybe they'll try for the 11th, but I think more than likely they'll be saving, looking to buy, which means they'll be allowing Cyber to move up to 11, and they really only have 2 rounds left. Try to stabilize what they can, but 4 rounds down only, probably 5, and they've been here before. The previous half, it was this exact same run, and Virtual found their footing and completely turned the tides. Maybe attacking may not be the forte. Let's see what's up.
I mean, after the timeout, you gotta hope that you have some sort of strategy. I mean, that could have potentially been sort of like a vibes timeout, just trying to make sure everybody on NC Virtual is not, you know, down on themselves after a tough round like that. You gotta kind of do both, I would say, in this situation. You gotta stabilize everybody's mental, and you gotta make sure that you come into this round with a, you know, heavy set plan, because, I mean, that's a good start. That's a great start. Omen takes down Extents. And now you kind of got to work off of what they give you. You see the rest of NC Cyber going to rotate off B, but the bomb's going toward A. Bomb's going toward
yeah, they sold the fake. Killer's way out of range. They're all on site. The plant still has not got down yet. They don't know this. Sova's moving in so slowly, though. They might end up realizing this. They know that with nothing gone down, there should be the plant indication now. And they'll realize that they've been had.
They realize it's a ruse all along. Omen uses the TP to TP back toward B. A great use of the ultimate. The only problem is Jet and KO are going to be very far out of the play. It's going to be kind of a 4-on-3 fight here. Yeah. Let's see how it goes for NC Cyber, because this is their time to strike.
And that's the haunt as well, too. Taking 3 off rip, so they know what the rest of them are. Nice first pick from Kin. And the rest of them are deafened and decayed as well. So the Nightfall does a ton of work to just stop them in the tracks. A Jet on the outside. 1v2 opportunity, but the gun isn't out for Ice Bear. Unfortunate timing in the 11th for Cyber.
And we were curious how the fade was going to play out on Ascent here, and we see it with our very eyes just how impactful the ultimate can be in any sort of situation. The ultimate goes, it finds all of B site, finds all those players, and they're able to just go in without a trace. The dogs fight for them. There's no audio indication, so it's just so many tough fights for all of NC Virtual. I mean, NC Cyber, their defense is looking flawless right now, and it's not by bad execution from Virtual. They make a fantastic call. I really like the call to push in toward A, but have the 2 linger toward B. I'd say maybe you get the bomb down a little bit slowly, but there's not much to nitpick at there. It's just some fantastic shots from NC Cyber.
Speaking of fantastic shots, that's 1 right away, right? So they just managed to take 1. For the second also found. That's from JJO. Mid does not seem to be favorable for them in the slightest. So now
Spike
here,
down mid.
they'll have to look to watch and find what they can, considering they're 2 down already. Lightstorm activated, and Spike is in their hands, leaning all the way in the back of spawn. They're just gonna push them here, man. Now they know.
An interesting round we have panning out here. The Bladestorm doesn't work, and they find the final kills. 12-6 now in the favor of NC Cyber. I mean, they're playing with all the confidence in the world. You can see it from the gameplay. The op is in the hand of Kind. They have the Bladestorm as well. I mean, I was pointing out how good Extens was playing, and Kind has done such a great job of just rattling off so many kills and catching right up to them on the scoreboard. So some fantastic showings from all these players on NC Cyber. You see Fade, Omen, and KJ doing exactly what they need to do as well. NC Virtual, it's hard to kind of have a response when you have so many players playing this well.
Yeah, it's not a ton they can do. KJ and Sova ult available, but damn, Iceberg taken out early is tragic. Because your duelist is pushing out against them and not leaving a second to breathe. The kid against 2, they can't find any more. No flash setup either. And a flash countered. Extens gets one in the situation. How? Tell me how, Sway. It don't matter. It's GG.
NC Cyber put the final nail in the coffin to make it a 13-6 game to close it out. I mean, we pointed it out so much during that show because they were just playing so great from start to finish. Obviously, they have an amazing start to the game. They kind of let it kind of get away from them there at the second half of the first half. But then once second half started, it was just a freight train, and they were unstoppable on this defensive end. Even when NC Virtual were making good plays to kind of fight toward the other side of the map and throw in some fakes, they were just shut down so swiftly with fantastic utility usage, some fantastic shots, and I really liked what I was seeing there today. Some solid teams on the board.
Exactly, indeed they are. Let's go look at that scoreboard at the final ending here. Yeah, Extensikin, right, just racking the kills up to with 20 in their hand. But you know, Saturn himself, the hero plays. So I would say it's not too bad. They were able to put up a fight, but it is of course a BO1. So GG's going over to both these sides, and congrats to Virtual.
Yes, absolutely. Congratulations. Shout out to both of those teams for being on the stream today because it was definitely a good match. There was a lot to kind of digest there. Obviously, the first half a little bit more closer than that second half, but even the second half gave us our fair share of crazy moments like the Jet with the ace on that potential, you know, save opportunity. They say I'm going straight in and I'm popping an ace. So fantastic game from start to finish. Hope we get another one like that up next.
Ideally so. We have one more BO1 left to go. So with that being said, we'll call it to a break. When we come back, one more Valor. See you then. Obviously, welcome on back. Hope we had a nice little break. I know we did. I was Travis, joined here by the boy Jake, as we got another game of Valorant coming on up.
Yeah, we are going to be going to game 2, Roxborough versus Research. We are going to be playing on Lotus, so a little bit of a different map than Ascent. Of course, you got those 3 sides. Going to be a little bit more diverse agent select, I would assume here. Obviously, you know, it's going to be interesting to see how these two teams play it out. You know, similar to the first game, we don't have any necessarily prior knowledge of how these two teams opt to play, what they like to play, or how these two teams will match up just in general. But I will say that we probably will have a solid game on our hands here.
I would assume so, as well as I believe the game's about ready and set to go, with the agents and the map as well in front of us as we are going to the Lotus this time. So, you know, 3-site map. It's pretty much like Haven, but not. God, I do miss Haven, man. It's fine.
Would love to see Haven back in the pool, but it looks like we will be seeing a bit of Clove here today, so that is going to be interesting to see. I haven't necessarily seen that in a professional match personally just yet, or professional or amateur match, of course, but it is going to be fun, no doubt about it. We got the Yoru in as well, along with the Sage from the side of Roxborough with the Brimstone. So looks like we are going to have maybe a little bit more of a defensive comp from the side of Roxborough. On the side of Research, you got KJ, you got Viper, and Breach is going to be that main initiator. No Clove, sadly. Thought we were going to get that for a second, but it looks like they decided against it. So yeah, I mean, both of these teams, kind of what you expect to see a little bit here and there. I am excited to see that Breach, excited to see that Yoru as well. Looks like we're going to have some nice, interesting set plays for both of these teams.
I think Yoru on Lotus is very, very good. Personally, the Sage I could personally do without. You know, I feel like another Senti would just do a lot better. For example, I love the Cypher instead, but the walls can be quite powerful for post plants. So this depends on your preference. On the other end, though, bringing out Brim and also the Breach as well. Hey, this is something I can personally get behind. This is what I'm personally about. I am a huge Breach fan. I am a Breach main myself. So hopefully I can come up here and pick up some more knowledge on how to play the map better for me, because these guys are a lot better than I am, honestly.
I mean, you got to think in this sort of situation that Ultimate's going to be really good on the defensive or offensive side, because on those A and C sites, you can kind of get pushed into a wall. You can feel suffocated at times. So to be able to maybe Ultimate out of that on the offensive end and on the defensive end, ulting into it would get you a lot of utility. And I mean, just look at this this vault line here. This is a very solid start to the round for anybody. It's going to shut down any push. You see that Raze is forced to move, and it gives you all that A main control. So I really like what I'm seeing out of Research just off the break here with that Breach. Obviously, you got the flashes behind you as well, but Roxborough, they're quick on the rotate.
Yeah, they also have the early A wall to cut off the half of the site, so that allows them to click through the door. Yoru TP there on the end. Moon caught by the paranoia. Swing comes in, wears off just right on time. You see two more there.
One enemy remaining.
Easy retake. They just stopped them in their tracks. No even need to fight, man. That's unlucky timing.
Yeah, I mean, for me, it seemed like that round was all Research right there. You had to execute. The Omen Flash was perfect, but Ray's Moon finds a perfect two-piece at a perfect time, saves the day, shuts down everything. The rest of the players from Roxborough do a great job of funneling in as quick as they possibly can. And, I mean, they find all the kills they need. So, great round to start things out from the side of Roxborough. So, on that note, I mean, you already have 3 kills, 4 Rays, so you're halfway to that ultimate. That's something to think about. And, obviously, you have the buy on this anti-eco. So, great for them. On the other side, for Research, it looks like they're going toward A with that wall, but they're gonna have to fight for B with those pistols in hand.
Toxins going up.
There's a town remaining though, but they make early contact instead. They're just alright. Bulldog a little bit better than a classic. Who knew? Spot 4 easily. But an opportunity to spike down if anything. Door opens. Oh man. Whoa. Billy Boy does it again here with a ghost.
And Roxborough looking absolutely fantastic. I mean, Research dry peaks the B main area, and that Bulldog just heals them up. So great showing out of Roxborough right there. Kind of what you wanted from the anti-eco. Now you're on the bonus. Research has the guns in hand. So I feel like at this point for Research, you kind of want to take those long range fights. I would go back to A personally, but C is a little bit open with that. Obviously, you have a KJ there with the utility, so that's going to be tough to get through. But I mean, these long range fights should go in their favor. They just got to pick them, kind of specifically.
Yeah, you definitely want to just lend yourself to an easy open side lane, like you're saying. There are some Bulldogs remaining though, but Billy Boy on the corner watching, see nothing heard, but turret gets shot out. So indicating to the rest of the team, it's like, yo, homies, come through, I'm around, and I heard some action. But they're rotating off of this. They've already drawn to. The spike is moving over, leaning to A at least. So nothing indicating where they should be going.
Yeah, and you see Roxborough, they kind of bit on that C push for a moment there, but as soon as they don't get any sort of more information from that C site, they instantly wrap back. You see Sage comes to join in, Yoru's there, Dreadmoss here on Brimstone, ready to fight as well, and they're kind of reading this perfectly. That door gets shut down, but Walk with the shots. Kind of a little bit overzealous from the side of Brimstone right there, but let's see. They do take that opportunity to go toward B, so this plan is going to be fully in their favor.
Well, he got the info from that they were at least going to be B, but now with that, B is wide open. So now they know they can just get the easy plant. Speaking of which, Leeway with the swing to one up close. They're going to find some more turret should be shot at immediately, yeah. And need a long-range weapon from to try to walk in. I don't know. Clears that. That's one more. Rich! Takes two, cuts off the flank. Ends the sight.
Richstar 123 does a fantastic job of taking that heaven control and finds two off the back of it. I mean, there's definitely a world where Richstar takes more of a passive approach and maybe plays back toward B main. And I think in that situation, I mean, the round might fully be in the favor of Roxborough right there. But instead, Richstar, the savior of the day, finds those kills and, you know, allows them to win that round. It looks like Research going to be going back toward A, probably with that fault line. They're two off of that KJ ult, a few off of some more as well. But I mean, that KJ ult, it could definitely get you some solid map space right there. But the first blood off of Raze is definitely a good start for Roxborough.
Mm-hmm. And you're also losing your mid initiate as well off that too. Oh, but the whiff is tough, leaving a lot more open. And now an opportunity for Research. They can't just commit to A. They've smoked out drop. Spike still has not down yet. KG is so far. But they get on the site, plant. It's open. Where are you?
AJ most certainly in a dangerous position there for a second, but does a quick job of making their way toward the site and getting that bomb down, taking that tree control. But Sage with two, that really opens things up here. Now a 3v2 scenario, make it a 2v2 Raze, being such a big impact on that site right now.
Yes, sir. It's getting the opener and defending the site with the goddamn life. Leading to the outside, the Yoru has the flash. If they want to look to walk in, or at least I did one smoke for the Brimstone as well. And the sub cover. Oh, the flash goes deep. I would just Griffin there. We use the util. Peek out, sees one, some damage, but it's all about delay at this point. He can't get easy double peeked. Util out. Oh, the timing is big. But there's no time left though. Defuse? Yeah.
No time left on the clock for Roxborough. They take a little bit too long to clear that tree side area. I mean, KJ was dead to rights there in tree, but they take, like I said, a little bit too long, and instead they're able to lose that round. So now at this point, 4 rounds into the game, you got a couple ultimates on board for both of these teams. You got the Yoru and the Raze ult for the side of Roxborough, which is so impactful. I mean, you can do a lot with those two ultimates. I mean, personally, I feel like you can kind of win a round with that Yoru ult if you can get all the information that you want. But on the other side, you have that KJ ult, so you're probably going to want to play retake here. So, I mean, I feel like if you're on a site, you get that information, you're going to want to back all the way right off. But you see that Yoru ult already getting all the information you could possibly need. Nobody B, nobody A. All these players are C.
And C, not exactly working out there. The push shot was nice, but we're ready for that much action. Offer it. With 3 gone, Roxborough, it's now naturally they don't have much weapons to try to contend against this. So it'll leave them just rotate over and hope for the best.
I mean, Roxborough most certainly bites off a little bit more than they can chew. Obviously, the Yoru ult is a great PC utility, but I feel like going all the way into their spawn is not what you want to do with that. Once you get their information that you're C, you probably want to rotate and maybe trap them in with a player toward that mid side, but instead, they all die in the spawn. Now Sage left all alone.
Yeah, too much. Yeah, that round was unfortunately chalked right from the beginning where it started, right? Because where you're looking at perhaps a point where they can fight back at, but simply an opportunity not presented. And now seem to be a tad bit of a broken bot for Roxborough, as the 2 who had guns previously. 3 rifles in hand. Meanwhile, up against all 5 research. See, and this time though, they'll choosing to play a lot further back in the site. Not a bad idea. So let's see if they fall to the deception of the rotate. Instead, to push out B, they see no one here, and the arrow will not continue forward passes. The door.
My ultimate is ready.
We're gonna click the door just to kind of freak him out for a second. Not gonna find any kills just yet. See all of Roxborough toward that B side and the C area. Nice shots through the teammate. Now that C site a little bit more open than it was, but you see all of those blue arrows. They are nearby.
Yeah, they now know that the C is a potential option, but they've almost full rotate over. Doesn't this research slows things down? I was like selling the fake, but they cut noise. Let the re-hit C once more. Sending it right nearby will be too hard for them to look to walk in. Waiting, hoping to get some indication, but they backed out all the way towards Mound. The breach close enough that he could actually find sound cues, if anything. Sees one as well. Sage up top in a precarious
30
spot.
seconds left.
If she gets spotted, then she is dead. But maybe we'd okay.
Research has used this time to traverse up the A lane. Nobody to fight through here. Raze is trying to make a sneaky play up mid. Is able to find one. How many more can you get? Rich Star with the big trade. And that should put the round most certainly in Research's favor. But you still got a lot of time to retake. Big play out of Bonsai right there. And Research, they're playing this round about as perfectly as you could possibly play it. Look at those Roxborough players. They are still so far away.
There's a 4v2 once again. And they've been here previously. And I think a save is definitely called for. They know that they could probably get a Vandal if anything. I don't think I actually saw it up top there. But ideally, you're looking to just take guns home. Oh, Dread gets spotted. And it leaves us now in the 1. Sage still wants to fight this, but he doesn't drop. Probably just die, take the lost bonus if anything. And not give away anymore, because you cannot climb up from there, brother. You were stuck.
Sage does their best, and now Research, I mean, they have so many ultimates to their name. I've been harping it the whole time. You got Raze, you got Viper, you got KJ, which are arguably the 3 most impactful ones on this lineup. From the other side, you still have KJ, you still have Raze, but a little bit tough to use those in the right times on the defensive end. You got to play for that retake. And for now, it seems like Roxborough just having a tough time kind of staying alive in those mid-round areas. They rattle off the first 2 with that pistol round and the anti-eco afterward, but ever since then it's been all Research. You see, it's gonna be Moondog with the outlaw, but there's nobody home. Research have taken their time at that C area again, and it looks like Roxborough, they just want to fight.
Yeah, they should be able to easily smoke to find one more. Billy Boy, yep, caught. Nade not gonna stop this. Allow themselves to again take 3 off rip. It's been a continuous and consistent cycle. Just getting them one by one. Sage with 2 big picks, but not any weapons to necessarily try to fight up against them. There's the Vandal right below. Won't have time to reposition as 3 of them in 3 very different spots. Not set for the trades just yet. That's one though taken. Can't find the second as a way to play all playing towards the back of the site. But enough for Rez. Thing is though, they're almost out of time. Now we say it's spotted. It just becomes about the delay. Jack up top. Woo! What a flick, but can't save the round.
Sage last alive again, does all that they can do, but is unable to find the round victory. You could see Sage thinking about the res there for a moment, but like you said, there wasn't enough time on the clock to kind of make something happen. I mean, to kind of break that round down, Roxborough, they take a quick hit toward the tree, or toward the B main door, and I mean, they just lose those fights. If a couple of those fights go their way, they pick the right direction. I mean, Research was toward that C lane, but Roxborough lose those fights. It just does not go their way. On the other side, I mean, Research, they use the Razor. That's what they use to kind of get onto that site. They find one with it, and it's free from there on out. You see Sage finding a good couple of kills, but it's just not enough to to kind of sway the tide toward their way. This time they're going toward that A side, but it looks like Roxborough, they have the Raze ult in their favor, and they get the trade, but you know, minute 30 left, you have all the information you want if you're Roxborough.
Mm-hmm. 1 for 1 this time. Not going to lose so many members off rip. Right? It's a a much better situation than the one they've been in almost the entire time. It's a full stack though. Again from research. Leaning towards A. Door not opened up just yet. But the wall will allow them just to walk past the rest. Poisoners ready as they're waiting as 3 around B. They cut noise. Door opens. Sage has to back off. They have a Molly there to stop them from planting, but they're more likely to go to the other side. It's fake.
Yeah, they click the door and they opt to leave research. They're taking the map control that they can get. Roxborough, they all rotate over. They still have that KJ ult, and they still have the Sage res, so they could go up and res Raze if they wanted to, but I'm not sure they're going to opt to do that. Omen making a big move, and Breach with the ult over towards C. They know the site is free.
Easy start off. The smoke should allow them to enter past the site. Spike does go down. So all the useful now remaining. The lockdown as well. They have to commit to this, but they can look to just fight things out. The rest of them walk in. Rich takes 3, and they've got a plant. And there it is. It goes down, but 1 detained.
Oh.
No, they couldn't get it. He got detained, man.
The detain comes in just in time. The time was not there. You see Breach. I mean, they tried to get the plant down with time, but the detain just catches them just in the nick of time. So big round win for Roxborough there. Really turns the tide. Research was on. They were rattling off rounds 5 straight for them, and instead of being 6-2, it's 5-3 now, which is kind of a big swing in the grand scheme of things. The one thing you can say is that Roxborough doesn't necessarily have the funds to buy the guns that they would want, so things are still in Research's hand, but you gotta think the big blow to the momentum.
It's tough for sure, because you're looking at it and you're thinking, okay, we lost 1 already. Roxborough knows that they've had to slow things down a lot more. Play more retake, considering how heavy-handed Research can be in so many of these rounds. They're down to just W key at you. With only about 3 more rounds left in this half. They want to stack up as much of their advantage, especially on the defensive side on Lotus. And here, doing a good job of it. Waste gets on an early util. Playing out of C, but info found. Forcing the rotate over. A is open.
I mean, you look at the minimap, Breach is in the defensive spawn right now. Let's see how many they can find. I mean, this is such a powerful spot. Able to find Sage, so that Rez is going to be down, but Ray's still locking down that tree side area. They're going to have to clear out Raze. They do. They get that bomb down, but it's still a 3v3.
Welcome to my world.
Saying. And with the 3, they're playing inside of the pit. It's going to be so rough, man. The Yoru flash is going to be essential for looking to clear out these close corners. Jack up top. No one sees him. Paranoia out. He landed in time. The second taken. Jack plays that beautifully. With 1 more left. Heard the drop. He's going to come around, but doesn't even need to.
Richstar picks up that final kill, and Research pick up where they left off. Richstar, I mean, to look at the scoreboard real quick, Breach, Richstar, gonna be sitting at 10-4 right now. They've made so many impactful plays. It was at the beginning of the game when we talked about that 3-piece at Heaven on the B side to kind of turn the tides there for the side of Research. Bonsai as well, 9-6. On the other side, you see Moondog on Raze doing some fantastic things, but the rest of the team kind of struggling to close out these rounds. The slang isn't necessarily too far in the favor of Roxborough, but Research hitting some great shots, and now it's going to be Roxborough investing that your ultimate to get all the information they want, and Raiden going to be able to see everybody at that A site. You get the information that you need.
And this, again, what Research does well. Started things off hot. Yeah, just rush in W key, allowing them to take 2 once more. Roxborough on a save, so we do so much in the down for the swings. Bonsai finding these beautiful times when he swings.
Last player standing.
And now in a short, what can you do, man? Yeah, a flawless naturally in their favor.
Yeah, research. I mean, with Roxborough on that tough buy, I mean, it was only right that they closed the round out like that in flawless fashion. I mean, you look at the ecos right now. Research have all the money in the world. Roxborough, not a lot of money to their name. They're still buying Vandals. They got a Judge. And it looks like Sage should be able to buy a little something, but not too much. Still with that res in the back pocket. On the other side, you still got the KJ utility, which should net you a free site if you play it right. But I mean, for now, it looks like they're going to go toward that A site. They're going to keep using that fault line. They're going to keep using that paranoia. That Viper wall is working so well for them. It's just so tough for Roxborough to fight back against on that push.
They've got push out again through B. And through this with info being gained, I wonder if the way they decided to run over. They definitely heard all the sound cues by A. And now they look to rotate back to spawn, but there's people waiting for them. Lee Boy's there, as is Dreadmoss. They could trade. Did you see them? No, that's one. Saw the info, but wasn't able to get the pick. Just damage traded.
Placing alarm bot.
And it looks like research, they take that information as now they have to hit toward the A side because they see at least one toward their spawn, and they know they kind of have the man advantage there toward that hit. They're going to invest that KJ utility, and that is going to push the Roxborough players off the site, but you're going to have to move quickly because Raze and Sage, they're still going to be able to fight these players, but just not from the advantageous positions that they want on that site.
Spike planted.
That's it's just, oh man, dude, every single time I wonder anybody going to drop, I always think this is a horrible idea, and every time I'm right about it. It just no good things happen on drop, and that's two gone in such quick succession. With 3 against 2 left, this is impossible, and now it becomes a lot harder. Obviously, we just waited left. Got to fight things out. Finds one good pick, and it gets the molly out too. This is now suddenly a lot more possible. He's running out of time. Goes to Pete Griffin, the second taken. Bonsai there in time. 8 in their hand with 1 more left in the half.
The perfect peek off contact there for Bonsai. They find 3 in the round, 13-6 so far. They got the rocket to their name as well. I mean, we're getting exactly what we want to see out of our main duelist in Bonsai, and then the initiator play as well for research thus far has just been absolutely sublime. On the other side, I mean, Roxborough hasn't been able to get the impact that they want out of those Yoru and Raze ultimates, and it's kind of come back to bite them because you would have a couple more rounds potentially if you use them to your advantage, but instead it's 3-8 now. It's potential to be 9-3, and that's not necessarily how you want the offensive end of Lotus to go. You see that research going to invest that breach ultimate. Now that site is going to be free again.
Wide open for the taking. Reese is feeling comfortable as they can set up on every single cheese spot that they want. But Brayden sees 2 up close, ready for the fight. Massive picks in the res. I hate to be invested. There it is. He's up there. He's inside of the site. The flash is out. He stays alive. The second taken. Jack 2 Rock can't get him. And now they're on the outside. He's looking to defuse. No one can get in. Bonsai can't fight this. And Brayden, a massive hero play to keep them in the game.
Brayden playing like a superhero out there. Finds 3 on the round. Those 2 opening bloods toward the waterfall were really game changers in that round right there, making it 4-8, which is not the end of the world on defensive side on Lotus. We hear people talk about it all the time about how this is a somewhat attack-sided map, and you can definitely rattle off 8 of your own if you're on this offensive end for Roxborough. You just got to play it right. You got advantage. And I mean, I like that ending of the half for Roxborough, no doubt about it. They win the pistol round to open things up in that half. Let's see if they can do it here. If they're able to win this pistol round, the odds really swing back into an even playing field. Whereas if Research is able to win this pistol, I mean, it's going to be tough. So you see that Roxborough maybe leaning toward this middle side of the map. They're going to use those Euro flashes to their advantage, no doubt about it. Those Brimstone smokes are going to be so key here. And I have to imagine that Raisinade will be invested toward this side door, but let's see if all goes right for them.
It does. Ooh, these two down. The nade doing work. This is the exact start that Roxborough needed to get them in the game, right? This is a great beginning. But Bonsai? Oh, come on, no way, right? Use the nade to check in the middle. Oh, the peek out. Saw only a pixel. Not a 1v2. Can Bull do it? No. Up against two different angles. Damn.
With 4 in the round, I mean, you got to give Bonsai their credit. On the other side, Braden was doing some fantastic stuff again as well. But, I mean, the duelist battle was most certainly won by Bonsai here. I mean, that Raisinade comes in at the perfect timing on that retake to get at least one trade on the board. And Bonsai now 19-7 really kicked things up to another level here at the second half of this game so far. You got the guns you want. You see that Roxborough are pushing to the force here. They have the Spectres with the light armor, one Sheriff with heavy for Braden, and a Judge out for Dreadmoss. Let's see if Dreadmoss can get something going with that Judge in hand. They're leaning toward that C site. They want to attack that KJ because they have a feeling that they might be alone over here, and they are correct.
The KJ anchors a little scoff at, right? They can slow you down, if you take you for a spin. They didn't find picks of their own, but Yuto shot out immediately. Griffin stuck in the corner, hoping nobody peeks him, nobody finds him. But look at the flank come in. Jack and Bonsai doing work. Research with this should be able to push themselves up to 10. A flash to find the third, and he's just running at them. W key, easy. All right, come on, Moon. What do you got? What do you got? Okay, never mind.
Viper finds the final kill. I mean, Roxborough have exactly what they want on that force there, but they take a little bit too long on the push. They don't have any, I think, KJ utility to pick up that pinch. So, I mean, you wait a little too long and the flank comes in a little bit too fast. I gotta say what I need to say. I wouldn't expect Research to necessarily pinch that quickly, so you got to give them credit for being very confident on that round 2 after winning that pistol. But now, I mean, it's a tough situation for Roxborough. They kind of put all their eggs in one basket on that force, and now you're in a very bad spot. Down 4-10, you have no guns to your name. You're forced to save, and Research well poised to find their 11th round here.
Yeah, this is easily so. Right, through just all the weapons, they can keep on pushing, continue to run at them, and it's it's tough, right? Because you don't have much weapons to fight up against, so the round is chalked as it is. You can wash your hands with that and look to focus on the next. Yeah, that's a. Oh, hey, 11 up, guns in their hands now. Bit of a broken bye. Roxborough, tough position to be in, but they gotta make this one count. A crucial round in front of them.
Yeah, you see the pings over there toward A, but if I'm Roxborough here, I think you need to kind of get that KJ ultimate right now. You got 8 out of 9. You got an orb over here at that C side. I think you go over here, you give that orb to KJ, you pop that ultimate right there in one of those corners. You get that C site. If you can fight through the KJ utility, it looks like that is what they are going to opt to do. You see KJ pick up this. Ooh, I thought they were going to pick up the orb, but it looks like they're going to be doing another plan here. Minute 23 left. They're fighting that KJ, but you don't really have a lot of utility to work with here, but that nade is going to connect.
That's a good start. Right, would you KJ it down? Now you're forced to rotate over to defend C. Now would they'll attract attention? B2 up top. Razor, Showstopper finding nothing but a intimidation tactic, if anything. As they, oh no, might be able to see it, but Jack, quick on the trigger. With one down, see no one in the corner. Spike is there and ticking. Quick start. No one around here either. Have to
Ray's
wait
not
in
able to
due
get
time.
anything.
Yeah, he's waiting. He's hoping that someone can look for the support. He has flashes there. To shot out, one up top, swings are good. Braden is covering for the rest of them. He's on every trade angle needed for the rest of the team. And Jack left by himself gets Braden the second, but there's two on the outside. They can just take him one by one, and he has to reload. Unlucky.
And I love the play out of Roxborough there. They go towards C, they show a little bit of something, and then they hit that door and they go straight toward the B site. They use the Raze rocket to sneak on in there. And I was going to say that they don't find anything with that Raze rocket, but like you said, it backs up everybody. It gives them that site for free. So while you don't necessarily get an impact kill with it, you get impact just off the fact that it's on the map. Every single player on research knows that that rocket's coming in, and they're forced to back up deep to their spawn. So it's a great play out of Roxborough right there. I like the utility usage, and now you have the Yoru ultimate to your name as well. They're going back to C. Let's see if they want to utilize either the Yoru ult or the KJ ult. If not both, I mean, you need every round you can get here.
Use a decoy early. That's the distraction with the flash also popping. Braden gets one of his own. Braden has been on such a disgusting tear recently, man. Getting almost 3 to 4 each round. They see one more. So they know C is not the take here. Meanwhile, research are moving left and right like ants, trying to find where to set up base. And they settle around B, but they're playing it very antsy, you could say.
You're definitely right about that. You got one player top heaven on B. You got one player side door, so that kind of leaves this A site open for the taking from the side of Roxborough. So you don't really need to use that, the ultimates that you have. The stun is so perfect, but it doesn't really find anything off the back of it. That your ult's going to get popped, but Bonsai finding kills from side door. Things are still looking dangerous for Roxborough. They're going to use the KJ as well, potentially. But I think the most important part is you get this bomb down.
Yeah. Want to use a lockdown ideally for the post plants here. As there's the breach ult. Manages to grab none here. They get out of here. Just saying, lockdown available. Oh, Bonsai gone. The flash setup wasn't there. And now they know that Rich is there alone by himself. He has to try to shoot this. He has to try to get it. But the detain comes right on time. It's now just up to Walk. He knows where the final person is. Is he gonna have to wide swing this? The win, it's there. Walk is ready. The defusal, more than a time.
Big kill out of Walk right there to get that 12th round on the board. Brimstone across the map. Must have been some sort of issue right there. But at the end of the day, research find the round that they need to get. And I mean, off of some big kills from the side of Bonsai and Rich. Off the entry there, I mean, Bonsai doesn't find any utility with that ultimate. Was probably going for that KJ ult, but Braden hits an absolutely nasty shot. But the wide swing from the side of Viper right there was huge. 12-5 now is the round count. Let's see if research can close this out.
As I believe we do need a pause real quick, just to make sure we can get the final person into the game, right? Because like you're saying, like it was likely a DC issue, or what they likely weren't able to connect in the last couple of seconds. Let's see what happens. The rest of them.
Yeah, it looks like they got everything sorted out now. Everybody's just communicating efficiently. We got some nice sportsmanship going on over here. No problems from either side on this issue, but Roxborough still in a very tough situation here. Not sure exactly where they're going to want to go here, but looks like we're just trying to figure everything out here. Looks like we've started up now. There's no ultimates from either side, but the B site is going to be the one for the taking here for Roxborough.
Yeah. Match to find him. He's open. The paranoid only stopped them, but the Sage Wall will also allow them to take more creative measures and give away where they're at. They're just not looking. They just can't push anything at all here. A wide swing taken by Bonsai for one, but the rest of the team is kind of trickling in one after the rest. Not exactly playing all coordinated, no flash for the setup, no fault line either for the rest of the team, and now that all comes in, but it's kind of late. Yeah, Rich falls, and the rest of them are just there by themselves, so definitely want for research to see that changed.
I mean, the Sage Wall paying dividends in that situation. It's forcing those players to wrap toward that heaven side area, and it's just not really a favorable fight, especially with that much time left to go. So Roxborough rattle off one. Their B hits have been absolutely fantastic. Research has been having a tough time in defending that. Still no ultimates on board for either team. You do have almost a Sage res from the side of Roxborough on the other side. You're working toward that Viper's Pit, which is so powerful on the defensive end. Maybe not as powerful on a map with 3 sites, but still, you can use the KJ utility to shut down the C site and maybe the Viper ult to shut down the A push. So it's going to be interesting to see how they potentially want to use that if we do get to that point. But at the end of the day, still, Research up 12-6. Roxborough going back to trusty ol' B site. But it looks like Research trying to do some sort of a blind counter here. They've 5-stacked A. So they're kind of picking up what Roxborough is working with here. Roxborough taking quite a while to sneak on into that B site, but the execute is fantastic. The nade is there from Moondog. The plant is going to be good. But Research trickling in from the flank. Omen picks up one. Let's see how many bonds I can get.
Yeah, that's a bit tough for Reno there, where you were looking to find the flank with the gambles that they had on the outside. That's one more. In a 3v2. Roxborough wants to push this on match point. They keep on finding these middle rounds one after the next. And Jack gets it in 1v1 for the win. He wants to push this, but he's so low. Sees the raise. And with 4 bullets, it's not even at half. It's not enough. Moon saves them again.
And Moon picks up the ultimate with that final kill, I'm pretty sure. So that's fantastic utility you can use for this next round. I mean, they're starting to rattle off a couple. They get 2 in a row there at match point. So, I mean, hey, it is not over yet. Roxborough playing some fantastic Valorant right here. They got the Sage res, so you can potentially make something happen off of that. But I think the more important thing to look at here is that KJ ultimate. I haven't seen necessarily a push in with this KJ ultimate just yet from Roxborough, but I'm hoping that maybe they can pull that off. It looks like they're going to use that Viper's ult to shut down that C site, and fantastic ult out of Research right there, because that's exactly where Roxborough wanted to go.
This is a good start, but it's been round after round, and the Vipers put early on to cut off C. Like you're mentioning, just kind of funneling them. They could look to go from B in the cross through baby door. But now Phonic changing up the setup to look to rush in. Like at the corner, they catch it. They know they have to cross here. So they're cutting off all these options. A spray. That's 2 down. Research adapting to the aggression that they have with the tools against Roxborough. But almost 4 rounds in a row. They didn't want the comeback to happen right away, and the res also invested. But they're not forced back. It doesn't even matter. One by one, they're getting picked off, stuffed, and pushed into the oven like they're a calzone. Onside with 3, just 1 left, and Research does it.
Research going to close it out 13-7. I mean, I thought Roxborough had a little bit more left in the tank there at the end, but Research closed it out. They shut the door when it got a little bit dangerous. I mean, they were dominant from start to finish of that game. They had a fantastic first half. The second half was solid as well. We could see that, you know, Lotus was most certainly a little bit more offensive sided for the side of both of those teams. So it was definitely a fantastic game to watch, but Research, they come out on top. And I really liked what I saw out of them. They have some shooters on that team, so I'm curious to see how they keep playing here, because there are some solid players on that roster. You see Bonsai, you see Rich Star doing some fantastic things. The Omen had some great paranoias. The Viper, we saw a clutch from the Viper as well. I mean, from top to bottom, this team has impact players.
I mean, like we've been saying, right? It's so far across the board. It's been it's been the game of adaptations and aggression, and just as soon as the adaptation did come in from research, it was an easy take from there. Shout out to both teams, GG's, both sides as well. And as was a BO1, like with the previous game, this is where we end our second game of the day, our series, and our best as well too. A bit of a shorter one today, but we'll be back. We do have a ton more games going on the channel and throughout the week as well, so y'all make sure to stay tuned in. Jake, any final words?
Yeah, I mean, make sure you keep tuning in. We had some fantastic games today. We probably have some more games tomorrow and some different games and on Friday as well. So keep on tuning in. There's some fantastic esports to be watched every single week here on this channel. So make sure you tune back in. I loved casting with you today, Ravish. You were fantastic out there, and I hope to be back on board with you again soon.
Hell yeah, brother. Always a pleasure. And now with that being said, though, of course, big shout out to our production, of course, support for doing this thing, and our observers and for all the players. And you all for watching. I've been Ravish and Ravish. Have a good night. Peace.